course. Oh, knock my cards over, right? Of course, I knock my cards over. All right. Oh, well. I don't have that set up over there. Oh, well. That monitor's going to have to be in play next week. So, all right. So I should have intro music and all that. Well, there's the number. Boom. And there it goes. Hopefully, Phillip got his stuff situated. All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm Wayne Campbell, and this is the driver's side. Real drivers, real talk. This is another episode for the better of the industry, and I believe Hollywood showed up. Look at him. He was just getting ready to say we got two here tonight, and one's not here. And I was going to say, well, he's not on the wall either. Sorry, Peterbilt. We'll get that straightened out. And Hallahan. We need Hallahan Transport up there. Remember, guys, we are sponsored by Trucker Tools. Download the app, tap that app, and let us know how it's working for you. Remember, we've gone from a time from having a guy for that to having an app for that. So download the Trucker Tools app. They got Fuel Optimizer, My Favorite Truck Wash, Load Board, which we're going to talk about tonight because I know load boards ain't looking too good, or they might be. I don't know. I don't use load boards, but I know Phillip does. I got a bunch of guys here tonight. Like I said, the panel's here. I want to say this is our regular panel. I'm very happy with this panel. Let's start off with saying a few hellos to a few people. I'm going to have to ask my wife to do me a huge favor already. Thank you, honey, first of all, for all your hard work. Thank you for everything you do for us. Could you grab my phone? I have no idea. I might want to start like in the bathroom area where I was in the shower because that's why I'm late tonight, because of hair and makeup. Remember, guys, like and share into your groups because, well, this is for the better of the industry because there's a lot going on in your industry. God, right? Man, I need my phone because I want to go off a few things that's going on. I posted a few things on the driver's side. It cracks me up the things that get attention in this industry. It really does. It really, really does. It does. But I know there's things still going on in Washington, which I will ask the guys about. I'm not a big fan of that. I support what they stand for and what they're doing it. I just don't support in the way it's being done. I think they're forgetting a lot of other issues that are within the trucking industry, and they're putting rates at it at the front of it. But that's not my room. That's not my area to speak. That's these gentlemen here. We're going to see what John Herdrich has to say. What's going on in his area? I know he is direct. See what's happening with his freight. Hallahan's digging in paperwork back there that I can see. People are asking about him. I know things are in the works with him. I know he's got something new to his fleet. Look, he's running over the computer. You're not up yet, Rob. Don't worry. I'll let you know. I got a few things to talk about before I get to you guys. So whatever you're digging for, Rob, keep digging. We got Phillip here tonight. I had a fun time with Phillip the other night. I called him up the other day, and he's actually hauling something for me right now. Rob actually tapped out. I don't know. Rob's gone now. But Phillip was hauling something for me. I booked something through Phillip. He's going to haul some ostrich eggs for me. But we had a great conversation the other night. These guys like to play around with brokers, technically. If you want the truth, they like to play with brokers. They like to call them up and get them to haul dinosaur fossils, all kinds of weird stuff. When they're bored on their time. So the brokers do get theirs. So let's not get it twisted, but I'm seeing videos surface of brokers this, brokers that. Remember, guys, it's not all brokers. It's also you drivers that take that freight. So let's say hello to a few people tonight. I want to start off with Ethan. Ethan, what's up, bro? If anybody did not see that picture of that young man where I said this is where training starts for change in the trucking industry, I believe that was his son. Ethan and the Cheesehead Mafia. He's out of Wisconsin. I got a lot of people out of Wisconsin. I'm becoming a big fan of that area. So I know. So let's see. Betty Taylor. Hi, how are you? Yay, Pitt. Yeah. Put my shirt on. Thank you. Keith Becker, how are you, sir? Michael Paul, how are you? Ed Rogers, how are you? Leland Schmidt, how are you? That reminds me, don't forget Trucking with the Schmidts. Leland, how do you feel about the trucking across America with the Schmidts? They got a show Monday nights at 5 p.m. Eastern time, or Western time. 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm terrible with that. Thought you were getting her a mic. Tonight is not her mic. Tonight is not her mic. Tonight is not her night. This is for the better of the industry, and I'm gonna bring them all in here in a second. So, because things are going down, I know things are changing. Here we go. What's up, bro? And this is what's funny. Tim Shepard, he posted something up on the driver. He posted something today. I want to say it was Bandit with his dog. And is that what it was? I think it was. Yeah. So if anybody didn't see it, he's the one that made that. He's the one that's circulating from him, and it's getting a lot of attention. It's actually getting more attention than I thought it would. SPB Shout out to all the mothers and Sharon Jones from SPV. My mom's not with us any longer. May you rest in peace, Mom. I miss you. Today's not an easy day for me, but I wanted to get to you mothers, and I wanted to thank all you mothers that have men in this industry, and all you mothers that are raising kids, and all you single dads, just everybody. It's a hard day for me, but I'm going to say that. I appreciate Sharon Jones, she and SPB. And I know I'm a big fan of theirs. They're right there. And Jones Customs. So sorry, Jones Customs. I'm sitting here covering you. I'll get this wall straightened out. But I wanted to start with SPB because I had that picture today and I posted it of SPB and Gary Jones, Devery, and his mom Sharon. And it was hard for me to post it, but it was also very easy for me to post it. I miss my mom a lot, and when I was up in Missouri with SPB, I got to finally meet Sharon Jones, and I told her I was going to meet her, and it was just like talking with my mom, and the relationship that they have. And Gary takes really good care of his mom, and I asked Gary before I posted, do I have permission? He said, yeah, and I had to send him a message, and I don't want to get emotional. And I said, I cannot thank you enough, Gary. Look, SPB, they don't have no skin in the game for the driver's side. He does it out of brotherhood. John Herdrich does it for brotherhood. Phillip Brown does it for brotherhood. Renee Anderson does it for sisterhood. And all the men and women that are involved in my life, like Brandon Carpenter, whatever you're saying here, but Rob Hallahan, all these people that show up here for the driver's side, they do it because they care. And I need to make sure that I tune this in and I get this craft down and I bring a good show, especially on Sundays, because if not, I'll lose these people. And the one thing I don't want to lose is brothers and sisters, because they're hard to find today. And the thing is there's a lot of snakes in this industry, and I'm not one of them. The one thing the driver's side will never ask you for is your information. I'll never ask anything of you. If people come and they join the show, it's because they care. I want them on. I want them. Right? I will ask because I want you on. But I don't expect you to be. I expect me to bring a good quality show from men like John Herdrich, Phillip Brown.
Evening.
Hello.
Right. What's going on, guys? And I expect to pull my weight in when it comes to broadcasting. Otherwise, I lose these gentlemen. And I cannot, first of all, and the reason why I just brought you in a surprise like that, because I haven't talked to you guys in the last couple of days. John, I barely talked to you in the last couple of days. Thank you for the final, the stickers. They're over here. I'll grab them.
It wasn't me. It was Dana Easterbrook's brother.
Well, whoever.
I just lined it up.
Right. Thank you. Who was it?
Dana Easterbrook. He's in the group. He's in the driver's side.
Right. So I cannot thank you enough. And the things that are coming together. And I wanted to, before we kick tonight's show off, I want to say thank you. And I have to keep myself in check, and I can't do things for my feelings, and I got to come as professional as possible, because I will have people that try to take me down. But what put me in check the other day and made me realize the position that I'm in was Phillip. Phillip's new to the show, and I don't talk to Phillip much. I don't, and there's a reason for that, right, Phillip?
What's the reason?
Well, reality.
What's the reason?
I need reality.
Oh, yeah,
I don't want this conditioned. I don't want this prepped. I'm not pitching anything. It's called the driver's side for a reason. But what he said to me the other day, and I purposely don't talk to him, when he said to me the other day, and I cannot thank you enough, Phillip, because you put me in check. You put my feelings in check, and I stopped. I had to pump my brakes. Is you said you have something special here, Wayne. And we have something special, because it's important that drivers get educated in today's industry, especially the way it's going today.
Right.
And if I don't come correct, and if I don't bring my A game every time on Sunday night, I'm just another flapping jaw in this industry. And I'm not trying to be that. And this industry, the last thing this industry needs is flapping jaws, people recruiting people for jobs that they don't even know how that company treats the driver. Or they don't even know anything about that program, or just the empty promises that are continuously handed out in this industry. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this industry being drugged down by not being just educated. Just simple education within this industry. You have to know your market before you get into your market. And you got to know trucking before you get into trucking. I don't care how you do it. So Justin Speece reached out to me today, and he said, Wayne, I don't understand the drivers up in Washington. He says, and it's funny because John Herdrich said something to me the other like a week ago. He said he drank the Kool-Aid. But Justin Spieth reached out to me today, and he said, Wayne, what? I don't understand them. They're not for the lifestyle or for trucking. They're for their pockets, because the only thing he's hearing anything about is just rates. And technically, he's right, and technically, I gotta understand the people in Washington's standpoint. At the end of the day, people are in this industry to make a living, and that's why I hold on to the right people that are making a living in this industry that don't forget that it's a lifestyle within a career, like John Herdrich. So John Herdrich, hello again. Thank you. And I kind of went on with that, and I want to come deep, but I just got to make sure I stay focused and not everywhere, because things are happening for the drivers that I don't want to lose, and things are actually people are going after me because I like to poke the bear. I'm being accused of being on drugs and all that stuff, and I'm going to say this: people are saying Wayne spun. If I was spun, you wouldn't have to worry about me, because I wouldn't be around. The one thing that happens to me when I relapse, or if I go back into using and abusing chemicals, I disappear. I would not be doing something better for the industry. You're talking and holding on to men like Brandon and John and Phillip. So with all that crap being said, what do you think about what's going on in Washington? Go ahead.
Well,
we have to start there.
Okay, we can start there. Well, let me say something. Let your haters hate.
Well,
it's just
here's the reason why. Well, here, first of all, let's do it. Open it up. Please refrain to cursing as best as possible, but we bounce balls all the time, and we have those between our legs also, okay? So the dude don't got enough balls. He's got enough balls to say that I'm a cancer in his side, but he doesn't have enough balls to say that I'm a parasite, that he doesn't have balls to say my name. All right, so that says it in itself.
He's just chicken shit, then.
Right, and he had to get on his, well, hold on, he had to get on his platform and defend himself. I don't have to get on my platform and defend myself. I'm just saying, if I was sprung, you'd know it. I'm not defending myself. Trust me, you. But here's one thing that soils this industry, and if nobody agrees with me, then that's up to you. This is my opinion, and I'm not going after him, but I talk to drivers all the time, and I make sure I get the facts straight. Anybody that has a website for their premium jobs, but they don't know, they may have taught at the school that endorses the companies that they hire for, but does not know anything about the companies, but he's endorsing them and doesn't give a crap about that driver and them companies. Well, that's just soiling the industry. That's a lack of training right there, and you don't of your own career, and giving your face to something that you don't know about. If you don't know about them jobs, why are you promoting those jobs? That makes no sense. And as far as and in this description, make sure you fill out your information so you see if you qualify for all the bonuses available to you. Right. At the end of the day, they're shopping your information. Okay. If nobody knows how this works. Driver profiles are very, very valuable. All right. Very valuable. Drivers' followings are very valuable. You're not followings to me. You're fellow drivers. But when they collect information on you and then they turn around and sell something to the driver that they don't even know about, well, you know what? You, in my opinion, don't belong in this industry, and you're part of the problem. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all. If they want to do it themselves, they shouldn't be pushing it to somebody else.
Right. I don't care if the school that you taught at endorses it. The jobs, if you don't know about the jobs and what those drivers are getting into, and then I'm receiving messages from, then you shouldn't promote it. And then I'm receiving messages that, this person's talking about you. I want to say their name, but you know what? It's not that I'm chicken shit. We're the same sponsors, okay? Yeah, and I understand my sponsors. I understand it completely, and that's business. That's business. I promote Trucker Tools. Why? Because I stand by. Because they're, like I said, we used to have a guy for that. Now we have an app for that. Load boards. Come on. Everything's on your phone. So stop. But as far as schools and jobs in this industry, that's right where it starts. Right where it starts. How about that, Phillip? I'm sorry. I feel like that I'm just the one talking here. Phillip, talk to me. What's going on with you?
Oh, not much. I've been busy this week, and
You're getting your Hollywood on, I hear.
What's that?
I said you're getting your Hollywood on today.
Yeah. I've been in the chrome shop all day, polishing and waxing the truck. So it's my day to day, and talking to some people I know here, because this is where I live. So I'm down in Wildwood, Florida right now. So I got a lot of friends out here and stuff. And go back to this Washington issue. I think something that positive came out of it, if there is a positive, is that everybody is working together. And I've seen some changes on the news side of it where, I mean, President Trump did tweet, about it. There's some brokers that are talking about it. A lot more drivers are talking about it. So there is conversation going on out here. So, I mean, I think we got to look at the positive on that, and I'm pretty happy about that. As long as there's a distinct message, and we all agree on it, which I think can be done. I think we can get somewhere forward from where we're at today. I still think you still got to do the hard work out here and, own your company and do the right decision and, represent your company correctly. I still go back to that all the way to the finish line. But, that's how I feel about that right now.
John, what about you? What do you think the message is coming in? I love your response because I totally agree with you, and we'll touch on that. Go ahead, John. What about you about the tweets? And he also actually was asked about it on Fox and Friends. And he mentioned
the one great thing is he acknowledged, and I watched that the other morning on Fox and Friends, and I'm proud of him for acknowledging it. But at the same time, what they're there for, and yes, we're all in it to make money. Anybody that tells you they're in this not to make money is a liar. But to me, it all comes down to their negotiation skills, period. I hope some good does come out of it, but I don't think they're asking for some of the right things.
Well,
I think training's a very important part of it.
thank you.
I could say a whole lot on the driver front of it. The struggles I went through with a driver of recent. And that was somebody I knew for a long time. And I didn't think they'd do me that way. I mean, I finally found somebody after truck sitting for a month and a half that I respect him very much. And I think he'll do a great job for me, and I think he'll be a great fit. But I think a lot of this industry, it comes down to what the drivers do, how they represent themselves, and they don't. If they don't respect themselves, then they're not going to respect you, and that goes for a broker, a direct shipper, anything in this industry.
Right. Okay.
If you can't represent yourself well, don't be trying to.
I agree. Representation is very key in this process, and in anything. It's in any enterprise. Representation is important. But I'm gonna touch on someone right here because she's very, very well respected in a lot of areas within the trucking industry. I know to some people she's a legend. All right. And I have a lot of respect for her. Her name's Arlene Bennett, and they're saying right here they are up there for a lot. They are there for a lot of reasons in Washington, and I believe that, Arlene. But I think the only message that's coming across is the broker issue. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm seeing.
Hold on. If that's what gets the attention, that's great. You know what? If we could turn this into something great, then great. The one thing that bothers me when I go back to my president, okay, and he did acknowledge it because he was asked about it. But here's what I want to ask my president, okay, because he made sure that he said they were Trump supporters. So all those trucks have Trump all over it, make trucking great again and all that. So if it had a Bernie Sanders logos and signs on it, would they have sent hats out there? Because he did a lot of promoting for himself. And he did not say how long they've been out there because they're going on day 10, I think it is. They're doing it. They're actually doing it. There's farmers going up there. What's going on in America, this pandemic, and not just brokers, but it's the pandemic and how they handled it in this pandemic because they've been taking advantage for decades. It's finally that it's good, it got attention, but training. Training. I want to make sure I get to that because I know Arlene Bennett's big on training. I'm huge on training and training a driver from the gate on how to read load boards and how to know what those lanes pay and know what areas of truckers actually pay. Well, then you should know before you go in negotiating a rate. Am I wrong here?
You should know your markets.
Right. So it all goes back to training, right? Am I
Absolutely.
wrong?
Hey, Phillip was schooling me the other morning, and Phillip can tell you this. We were shooting the breeze on the phone, and And I don't know much about his market, and I hopped on the load board while I was talking to him, and he was teaching me stuff about his market. You know, there was one load that, like he said, he says any other time, he says, yeah, that wouldn't be half bad, but that's a dead market right now. So I mean, it's cool that I can learn something new about a different market from somebody that actually knows that market. You know, so
a lot of the, if I'm in between with everything right now with what everybody wants in trucking. Here's my thought on it. As an owner operator with my own authority, I think you put the hard work in. You talk to guys that really know what they're doing, and you learn a lot. And I'm that old school guy that would, I believe in talking to guys I really trust and I believe in, and they've taught me along the way, and I've taught them along the way. And that's kind of how you grow up in the industry, is really taking the initiative and saying, hey, I want to be good at what I do. And so I believe in that. And I think that system trumps everything else. And so, your hard work shines after a certain period of time out here, because you just know more than other people that haven't put the work in. So you should benefit from that. If we have a model where everything's the same, and we have this fake utopia that's going on where everybody makes the same amount of money, then what separates a good carrier from a bad carrier? And that's my question right now, and I'm still not there with this. Let's have a minimum rate like they're going. I've read about that, where it's a standard rate. I'm not a big fan of it. But if that's better for the trucking industry and everybody agrees, I'll do it. But I really like the work that you have to put in and the benefit from it. That's really where I stand with it.
I want to say something. On what Phillip just said. If they're trying to get a standard for a rate, okay. Well, if I got to give this guy over here the same as I'm going to give this guy over here that I know I know he can do the job, but the other guy over here, I don't know him from Adam. He could do a terrible shit job, and I got to pay him the same as I pay the other guy. I don't agree on that. I don't agree with it.
Well, that's what you're doing if you do a straight 20% to the broker. If they legislate that and they do a straight 20%, then there would be no purpose to be a good carrier or a bad carrier, in my opinion.
You're exactly right.
You're right.
But I want carriers to think about this, and don't think I'm just jumping on a bandwagon for a broker, because I am one, and I also am a carrier. I've had my own authority for 11 or 12 years. If they want to play the limit game on a broker, and a carrier can say 2 hours before go time, I don't like your load. I decided I don't like it. I'm going to jump off your load, and I'm going to go over here with whoever, because it pays $200 more. There should be repercussions for that carrier that bounces off that load. They should have to pay a fee. See, the game works both ways, and it could come out both ways. And they're monkeying with something that I don't think they fully understand. They don't fully understand it. If you want to get in this business, be a big boy, put your big boy pants on, and study your markets and be smart.
Well,
don't just think because them wheels are going round and round, you're making money.
Agree. And that's pretty much basic trucking, technically. Okay. If you're not making a profit, there's no reason for you to be moving those wheels. There's no reason breaking even is not just making fuel and making your truck payments. So you got all that. Oh, there's so much in there. But go ahead, Phillip, because I want to ask you guys, because things are going to change. Things are changing. The market's changing. Things are changing. It's going to downsize. 25% capacity. How long is this going to last? Okay, so are we learning to study a new market? Where's this market going? I know Phillip got a phone call the other day. He told me, and I said, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you about it because you got a phone call out of a broker out of Florida.
Right.
Talk about it.
I've gotten I've talked to several brokers this week. And several that I've talked to I have a friend of mine that's in the Carolinas. He's saying that right now the shipping lanes are still dead. The the outbound freight is still not there. I've also talked to a good broker that I do out of Louisville, Kentucky. The lanes got pulled away and now they're coming back. So there's some stuff that's coming back right now. And they're starting to call me back, as these lanes improve. But I think that we've lost 89,000 people, drivers. That's the article I read. 89,000 drivers are out of this economy. That's a lot that's
How many millions of American are out of work, period? Just in
20,
general, not just drivers, just in general.
I heard 20 million, which it jumped it to 14.6% unemployment rate. That's back in the 2016, I think, or 14 levels.
We've hit Great Depression numbers, guys.
Yeah, and so these are not. It's not really bad because again, we go by the growth rate, and so I don't really see it being negative. It's just people are out of work. But the problem I don't really understand is are the people that are out of truck in the 89,000 or 87,000 I read, are they home because they're getting unemployment and they're getting government stimulus and they're sitting at home, or are they bona fide out of the economy? That's the question that I have that I can't figure out at the moment, to be honest with you.
And
what do you, well, here's the thing, and you brought it up, and that's a great point, because my wife, for instance, okay, there's going to be guidelines. She's a bartender. They're cutting things down to capacity. Now, when people go back to work, if it's only 25% across the board, like capacity, as far as like restaurants and stuff like that, if it's only, they're only going to bring back a certain amount of staff. So everybody, there's the way this is just manifested. How the government's going to weave through it, I don't know, because you got all these people on unemployment. You only got 25% going back to 25 capacity, and then you only have a certain amount going back to work. So those others will remain on unemployment. So and how do we project? How do you project in this market today? That's what I'm saying. And will rates? I just don't know where to go from here. As I'm at a loss, because it's the people in general. Like this gentleman says, DC is happening organically. That's why strength, but it's also got weakness. It's got strengths and also but weaknesses. But I think it's growing in numbers because I'm hearing farmers are growing up there. Everybody's having trouble in every industry. I don't want to get sidebarred here, and I'm afraid to get on top of it. So I don't know. I don't know how this market's going.
It is a great thing that they're going up there, and they're slowly going up there. And if there's other people going up there, farmers going up there, it's not just trucking right now that's hurting. No. It's everything. No. It's everything, Wayne.
Right. Well, I'll tell you this. I did read an article today that the rail is shutting down their fresh and frozen rail that they're doing that goes east and west. So I guess they're shuttering it. I just read that today. So there's going to be a lot of produce now and frozen and fresh that are be going east and west, and thanks to the trains shuttering. So that's a lot. That's really good for the reefer business. I've read a lot of articles that the retail sectors, J.C. and that comes to mind, they're getting ready to go bankrupt. So you're going to have a lot of retail bankruptcies this year. So that's going to bring things into Amazon and stuff. So there's a lot of things going on that's shifting right now, and I think the reefer market has got something going. I really do. I believe they're going to ramp up here pretty shortly and do very well, in my opinion. It's the van market that I'm watching to see what happens with that, with the loss of retail.
Well, I think this, like you brought up JCPenney, and that's been coming for a while. And I think with this whole pandemic thing, it just pushed it even further over the edge.
Yeah. Their numbers have been down pretty.
Let's think about this. How many other businesses since this pandemic thing happened? How many other businesses is that going to happen to now? Small and large, because they had to close because of this pandemic.
Right. We're losing a lot of people. We're losing a lot of we're losing a lot of businesses across the board. Not just carriers, not just truck drivers. Everything is who's?
It's scary, honestly.
I'm scared. I mean, look at my lip. I got this thing on my lip. I'm stressed out. I don't want to go for my feelings. I need to, like you said, you need to learn your market. You need to learn and be as best as you can as a truck driver and represent right. I need to do the same thing for this, So, Do you guys see rates getting better soon?
No,
Do you see rate? No,
no.
No,
John.
no, I don't.
How about?
I think they'll pick up. I think they'll pick up because what'll happen is you got, the traffic, people are going back to work, so you have a lot more traffic. It slows down freight, and that'll pick the rates up some. But I mean, but you have a lot of exiting of the market. So as trucks exit the market, that's when rates will pick up. It's going to be a slow process, is what I think. I mean, again, I think in 60 days on the third and fourth quarter, you'll start seeing it advance. It'll move up, and then in 2020, you'll start, it'll start coming up. I mean, I've read articles where they don't think it's going to pick up for a year or two. I mean, it's stunning, but that's all hypothetical. I don't know how true that is.
I think it's going to all do it slowly. I don't think you're going to see it just bounce right back. It's going to do it slowly.
Do you think drivers need to be more versatile in this industry, Hallahan? Good evening, first of all. Hi.
Good evening,
Drivers
Showtime.
do you need drivers need to be more versatile within this industry now? I know you have added a flatbed to your.
Nah, they can just do the same thing they always do.
No, you have a flatbed in your fleet now.
Yeah, kind of.
You're testing something out, aren't you?
No.
What do you, I'm gonna kick this dude's out. Oh, yeah, right. He said it the other day. I swear to God.
Listen, I just want you to know Rob Hallahan's a very shy guy, so don't ask him personal questions. All right?
Right. Well, he posted the other day. Oh, look at Hallahan has a flatbed in their fleet. Look at Home Depot. What's going on there, Rob? What's going on with
I think everybody should sell their trucks.
Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Talk to us. What's going on? What's going on, Hollywood? What's up, Showtime?
Nothing, just sitting at home, had dinner, and I don't know. I just jumped in now, but what you were saying, I think everybody should just sell their trucks and invest their money in, I don't know, plastic something. I don't know.
Processing plants. Plants.
Woodworking or something. They should start making, things at home. Building onto their house or so. Use their money for something else than trucking, because there ain't no money in trucking.
Oh boy, there needs to be more transparency in trucking. It doesn't there?
Well, I don't know if you can see through everything. I guess.
Well, I mean, they're doing remote testing now. You saw that in Iowa. How about that, guys? You can take your test without.
What, to get your license for a car? Yeah, the kids.
No, for your truck.
They're here now, aren't they, Rob?
For a truck. No.
I heard about this for cars.
Nope, semi trucks this week. It was announced. There are 75 people that have gotten their license through remote testing. An instructor doesn't need to be in the truck no more since COVID-19, and they need to get drivers out there because the driver shortage. They played it. Oh yeah, they played it. Drivers can now get their test. They can get their CDL with remote testing. The instructor puts a camera in the truck and then talks to you via Bluetooth, and you take your test.
That's a good idea.
Well, it's done. Kansas and Iowa. 75 people have gotten their CDLs through remote testing. So maybe we should invest in that.
It won't last long.
Well, how do they even get that into place? What my issue is they talked to, there was an article about it a week ago say, oh, we started a pilot program, and then a week later, 75 people got their license. What the hell? I was pissed. I
don't know why. There's no jobs available.
That's my point. So where are all these drivers going to go? How's that going to treat? How's that going to do our mark? How's that going to do the trucking industry? So, I mean, come on. Oh, boy. Don't everybody speak at once.
I never heard about doing it.
They all took their test in their, they did them in Iowa and Kansas. So I'd say they're going to be in Omaha,
Yep.
Warner Terminal, I guess.
Hey, Rob, can I get a shirt, please?
Yeah.
That'd be nice,
As soon as I make some. I don't have one.
Give me one of yours. Yes, you do. I've seen Hallahan Transport on your chest. Give me one you.
Oh, you want a dress shirt?
I don't care.
Okay.
On the wall. Okay.
I'll hook you up.
All right. Here. All right. So let's see. Leland Smith says no one can predict how fast it will come back because how many trucks aren't there? Trucks aren't there. How many businesses are out? Because how many trucks aren't there? How many businesses are out? if I'm reading that right. Yeah, because I'm kind of lost with that one. I don't know.
No,
do you
I
think
totally agree with him. I totally agree with him on that.
No, maybe I'm just.
I think
I'm
what
not
he's
assuming.
saying though, what he's saying is nobody really knows how many people are out of business now or how many people are
Right.
just parked right now.
There
So I
you go.
mean, if there's 850 companies that just completely went belly up bankrupt, that's going to be a lot of trucks off the road. Or are they just sitting at home waiting? I think maybe that might be what he was talking about.
I think that is too, and,
Yeah.
and I was just it wasn't registering because but right. So what do you think, Rob?
I
You
agree
what-
with him. We don't know. We don't know how many people are going to want to come back to trucking when this is over with. You know, how many people did they lay off that are going to get called back, or how many did they lay off that they're just going to get rid of altogether? We don't know. We don't know nothing.
Yeah, it's going to level out to back in the 2016 truck ratios, and the load count will be back down to probably in the low twos on the GDP. I mean, it's just going to level out. It's going to have truck proportionate with the load count. It's all that's going to happen. It's going to take a while for it to level out. That's what I think.
And it has to grow. There has to be freight to move.
But this is good news. I mean, we shouldn't react like this is horrible news. I mean, we have to hustle. We have to grind. Everybody sitting on this board right here hustles and grinds. We're not scared of what happens. That's the thing. I hope that we're construing here. It's not that we're all scared of any of this. We love this. This is when millionaires are made right now. This is the best time to do things. This is not ho hum here. You should be excited, because if you're really good at what you do, you will do well in this economy.
Well, the one thing you said is you're hustling. You guys are hustlers, and that's why that's why the panel's here. That's why you guys show up every Sunday. But you're right.
You always got to stay hungry.
And I feel
That's
like
right.
that. Unfortunately, I feel like that's what I have to do here. But it's technically I just need to stay plugged in, and give the right information, which makes the driver's side more powerful. But I need to continue to learn from you people, because I tell you this isn't easy from my side, because I want to get in my freaking feelings and I want to be pissed off. And I think that's where I think this has created a bunch of chaos, and it's creating cash in other areas. But I think that if you learn as drivers, we need to overcome and adapt. As company owners are going to have to overcome and adapt. So I think that's what's going to have to happen here at the end. You're going to have to overcome and adapt in ways, because they're going to structure it. I was forced to wear a mask yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen this happen before. I've been in it in the 2008, 2007. I mean, it was horrible.
Oh God.
And we made it through it. I mean, you look at your checking and savings account and realize what you got, and you live accordingly to what's going on, and you go out there and you grind and hustle, and you outwork everybody around you, and you will win. I mean, that's the end result. We shouldn't be scared of anything that goes on. America is not dead. It's not out. It's just closed down for a month. I mean, this is not life over for everybody.
I agree. I agree. I just I know that it's not going to be easy, and I know we will overcome it. I just don't know, just like, how many are going to survive it? How many are actually going to survive it as a company? I mean, what's in store for America? Seriously, because what I'm seeing is a lot of new things in store for America. I'm seeing a lot of change, and I'm not happy with it, because I'm pissed. I want my life back. I want to be able to go buy a pair of shoes without wearing a damn mask. All right, I have my selfish reasons.
I know. Pretty soon here, I've been wanting to come to Vegas, and the closest thing I'm gonna get to going to Vegas is going to Hallahan's house and putting a craps table in his garage and having him teach me how to play craps.
Wait, what? You got a craps table, Hallahan?
No.
No, I said he's gonna have to put one in his garage so he can teach me.
Well, hey, that's kind of a good idea. We can overcome that. We could take Hollywood's truck, that pretty K-Dub with that pretty trailer, and we could turn that trailer into a rolling casino. We can put the slot tables back there. We can put roulette tables back there and have a rolling have a truck that, can we do that, Rob?
Yeah, I'll sign it over to you. You can do it.
Rob's just happy tonight, boy. Rob's not happy tonight. Oh boy.
I don't want nothing to do with the lawsuits. I'll let you have them.
Oh, come on, Rob.
I'll just visit. I'll take all the money.
Brandon Carpenter, the young man that I got a lot of respect for, says even if the volume somewhat comes back, it always slows in the winter. With the loss in the first 2 quarters, companies are going to take ones that are barely hanging on. Will probably be gone by the end of the winter.
I don't even think they'll make it till winter.
I don't either.
No way.
It's
No.
crazy. Things are dropping off like crazy right now. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What?
No.
What is that? What is that? Anyway, all right. I can't stand dead silence. I can't stand it. Talk to me, guys. All right, let me see what I got. Well, I guess cases are still going up, though. I mean, what's going on in your states? Are you guys seeing things loosen up in your areas? Because Vegas seems like it's right back to what it was. Still no sit down.
Yeah. How much truth is there to it, though?
I don't know, Rob. I don't, and that's where I'm at. I'm pissed. But the White House did go. The White House went from hold on though. The White House did go from testing once a week to testing every day. And now
there's no outbreak at Walmart though.
Right.
No outbreaks at Walmart.
How many of you drivers? Okay, God, there's got to be some viewers on here. I mean, I've had that. How many drivers know drivers that have had it?
I haven't heard of any outbreaks at Menards.
I haven't heard any at Walmart or Menards.
They're only having outbreaks where they want to have outbreaks.
That's it. Seems like we're being pitted against each other. Do you guys believe that?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Everything's for fear. These there's going to be a meat shortage. They called the meat shortage before they shut down the meat plants.
Right.
They knew they were going to shut down the meat plants anyway. That's why they were calling for a meat shortage. I mean, you go to McDonald's now, you can only get a single. You can't even get a double. You can't get a double quarter anymore. You can only get a quarter-pound cheeseburger. They knew what they were doing. And I think opening states up now, they're just all of a sudden they're going to add the numbers again, make it look like there's ridiculous numbers so they can shut things back down again.
Well, your numbers went up because they test now. I mean, they started testing, so your numbers went up. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have, once you start doing mass testing, of course you're going to find more positive cases on it.
Right, and it's not private testing anymore either. Isn't it like the National Guard that's doing the testing now? It's like the government's doing the testing. They're not doing testing inside the hospital. They're doing testing outside the hospital with the reserves,
I kind of touched on that the other day, Rob. It's funny you said that because I was pissed off about that. I was actually like, why are the reserves and why is it seems like we're under siege. It really does. And I know that a lot of this has to do with that contact tracing.
Well, they're avoiding paying the hospital the money for these tests that are coming back positive now. Now they can say they got positive tests and not lose their money to the hospital.
I don't know what's going on, but I know that the military has stepped in because at the casinos at the Orleans parking lot, they vamped up testing, and they had the military running it, and I feel like I'm being bamboozled now. I really do. I feel like that I'm being.
Rob said something about the meat shortage. I went to the store today to grab a few things, and it's not that they'll limit you to like 2 packages of one certain thing. That's all you can buy of that certain thing. But you could actually go in there and buy. Okay, you could buy 2 packages of pork. You could buy 2 packages of beef. You could buy 2 packages of fish. They're not just limiting you to 2 packages of food, but I still don't see where there's a shortage because my little grocery store I was at was full.
Well, we got a rule at our grocery store. It's silly as hell. Only 1 person per cart can go inside the store. Yeah. So if me and Karen, if we go in together, we have to have separate carts.
What?
Right.
Yeah, it's stupid. Only 1 person allowed inside the store per cart.
I base food shortage off of what I see. I still see a lot of fat people walking around. So
oh my God! There's the driver.
Until it thins out, people are eating good. I don't see no quarter pounder
Phillip just said
walking around.
Food shortage until people start losing weight. Fat people start disappearing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I want to
boy.
see thin.
Oh man, remember this is a trucking show. I do not control the viewers. I do not control the content. The view at your own risk. Oh my God, this is going to open up. I can't wait till we're past this. I really can't. I really can't because there's so many things that need to be addressed in the trucking industry, and I hope something comes out of Washington that actually, if this sparks change within America, then God bless you all. Seriously, I praise the ground you walk on, but I just see America crumbling before my eyes, and I see people being choked out, and I can't stand it. I feel like they're taking that they took the middle class away a long time ago, and now they're taking what they can, what's left of us. I don't get it. I don't.
I really don't see that. I mean, I think President Trump's got a good trade agreement going on with China, where we're going to sell a lot of stuff to them. So if next year, if that ramps up, it'll improve drastically. I mean, we're just going through. We had a shutdown, like we're talking about. You're going to have a lot of people. We don't know who's going to go bankrupt. Trucking, and there's going to be a lot of exiting. But we've seen that in 2018. Remember when the e-log came in? I mean, we had a shortage, and it would have taken them a year to run too much capacity. And so, I mean, they're capable of running over capacity in the market in a year. So whatever deficit there is, if it ramps up, they can find trucks, so, I mean, I don't really think it'll be a bad year in 2020, to be honest with you. I really don't.
Do you think it's going to end good?
I do. I think it's going to end good in the last couple of quarters. I think it's going to be, because as it ramps up, we're going to have a capacity issue, and that's what'll get us through the year. I think we'll make it through that. The guys that don't make it will be between now and the third quarter. You're going to see a lot of capacity exit the market, and I think your big companies will start unseating trucks and idling trucks. I think is what's going to happen. Until it ramps back up again.
John, anything from you?
I'm with Phil on it. I'm with Phillip on it.
Well, Michael Paul says a bag of lies coming from our government. I know I don't trust the government. I never have. I just know Donald Trump's a businessman. I know that I think he wants to do the best he can for the people. I just don't think enough has been done for the people. I think the
come on, they got hats.
Remember,
I'm not talking about Washington. I'm talking about the people in general.
Remember
the $1,200 stimulus, and I don't think there was enough for little companies.
Well, remember too, there's $2 trillion, $2 trillion that's going in the economy. I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, someone's they need to spend it. That's a lot of spending money. So that's gonna ramp up too. We can't forget that.
I agree. I think that he's a businessman. I think that he does well. He's done well in business. He's gone from bankruptcy to being the president. I mean, the guy has done many things in his life, and he does got the world on his shoulders right now. I'll tell you that.
When he was going bankrupt, he had more money than any of us all together. He had a billionaire with bankruptcy.
Right. All right. So that brings me to this question: any political agendas? What's the political agendas coming up? What do you think? You think they're going to really ride this out? The Dems, the Republicans? I mean, come on.
They're all going to ride it out.
Voting here. It's November's coming, guys. What do you think? What do you think here? I mean, I think that there's a lot of pitting going on.
I can tell you this: on November 3rd, if President Trump's not the president, I will be taking all my money out of my stocks and shove my accounts down. I can tell you that.
What about you, Rob?
I don't have any stocks.
I'm not talking about stocks. I'm talking about the president. There it is. Look at Herdrich.
There you go.
I'm talking about that right there. I'm talking about that right there. He just did it. Look at it. Bink. There it is.
Yeah.
Right. Herdrich got a hat too.
So what are we all Trump supporters on here?
Here's my thing. I mean, before a virus came, and I think he did the best he could in the situation. I think as of now, I mean, I'm voting for him, and I don't vote.
I like him. I think he's hilarious. I think he'd be a good comedian. We put him on A&E or something. He'd do awesome.
I think he's the worst. I think he's the worst public speaker of all time.
Oh, I think he's hilarious to listen to.
I think
Yeah,
it'd be
I
good.
mean, it's fun. It's fun just to watch. You know what he's going to say. It's fantastic. Swear to God.
It
Most
just
fabulous thing.
It irritates me that he got on there, because I know as far as Washington goes, and he was talking about the truckers. He wasn't informed of how many days they've been there. He said they're out there honking their horns. I think it's funny.
All them Volvos, they want American trucks.
And there's all these
American
Volvos
made.
out there. It's just any driver of the industry knows that he wasn't advised on it. It was a question asked, and it was just raw. There you go. Well, they're
They
Trump
like
supporters.
me.
Yeah, they're my people.
They like me.
And look,
They got my name on their truck. They like me.
that's why
They're
I
not
said it.
asking
It had
for
Bernie
much.
Sanders on the side of it. I gave him some hats. I didn't make it too political. I just put 2020 on it.
No,
Too political.
American strong.
American strong.
Now, look, let's not take anything from them, guys. I seriously, they're getting a lot of attention. I just hope they don't drop the ball. I feel like that in some ways they did. I saw a video today that just was terrible. But all right, hold on. What's James Reed saying? Y'all talked about nobody hiring. I can name 3 companies right now that need drivers. Small companies too, not these mega carriers. Good wages, health care, and great equipment. Now, I don't know how that will turn out in the next 6 months to a year. You guys are company owners. Talk to me.
Well, I'm hiring. I mean, just because we're having bad times don't mean we're not hiring.
Well, I know.
Well,
Well, I know. Wait, hold on. It's funny that Rob said this, because I'm just gonna come out and say it. I know someone's waiting to hear from you. Rob,
What's that?
somebody's waiting to hear from you about a job. I know that.
Yeah, I got her application right here.
She's waiting on you.
She's waiting on me.
Yeah, she's just waiting on you. She got the application filled out, right? Yeah. So,
Okay.
and it's this person right there, Renee Anderson. It's Renee Anderson. She says she chose you. She wants to go with you. She was weighing out some options. She's just, I don't know if she sent you a message or not, but she's just waiting to hear from you.
Right on.
So if that's it, so I mean, right? I didn't hear from you. I
Right.
didn't want to touch it, but I just thought, there you go, Renee Anderson. I know she's not feeling well. She is throwing up, so she might. She doesn't have the Rona. She assures me she doesn't have the Rona. She's just not feeling well. So don't take that. Don't hold that against her, Rob. So she's just waiting to hear from you, and that's why I love this platform, because if that turns into something pretty, that's the whole reason. And Rob will verify this. I've talked to Rob many times about this becoming a platform to where drivers can come and no recruiting. No, there's no agenda. There's no motive but to get drivers. And he's like, yeah, you can do that, but it's going to take work.
I want to
Not
answer his
easy.
question.
Go
I want to
ahead,
answer
answer.
his question.
Go ahead.
You got to remember that there's commodities that carriers ship that haul. So there's guys that do fuel. There's guys that do machine parts. There's food. There's all kinds. So there's always going to be a segment out there that's going to always do well. They're going to always hire. And then there's going to be other segments that don't do well, and they're laying off. So you might know 3 companies that are in a commodity that's doing very well, and they're hiring and they're doing very well, and that's what you're talking about. So you got to remember, when we're talking in general, as a whole, not just one commodity being good versus one being bad.
Right, exactly. When you got a company of 500 trucks and 300 of your trucks are on dedicated contract accounts, and that contract shut down, well, then 300 people are going to be without jobs, because the spot market isn't going to where you're going to be dispatching 300 trucks.
Right.
Right. So when you see a company hiring, or you see 3 companies hiring, there's a lot more to what they're hauling, which makes a difference. So you understand, what you're seeing.
And that's why I have you guys. See, it just takes the right questions to get these guys fired up. I love it. 'Cause see, it just takes-
I'm hiring too. You got to find quality drivers too.
Yeah,
You don't
and-
want
and
just
that's,
meat,
that's the
you want
thing.
grain.
That's the thing. Quality drivers are hard to find, just like quality
Very hard to find.
just like quality musicians, like Taylor Barker.
Yeah, I mean, what's the turnover rate now? They have a churn rate now of 97%. Last I seen on the big companies, their churn rate is 97%. I mean, so you're going to always see hiring, and you're going to always see firing. I mean, and people leaving. So it's a continuous motion in there. So no matter how bad it is, there's always going to be someone that leaves a seat and someone that gets in it.
And this is true. And I slipped that in there for you, Taylor. It kind of went over. But Taylor Barker says, "What's up, guys?" And I did that for Rob, because I know him and Rob get mistaken a lot. We got an episode coming out with Taylor Barker, and I wanted to say Bill Weaver. I'm hoping. I want to. They have some great music. So Steven, okay, yeah, you can come on the show anytime. But you're right. I mean, Brandon's hiring, and that's a different area of trucking. He's local. He pays his driver's salary, so you're guaranteed to get your money. And I know that he's a good dude to work for, just like Hallahan. I can't wait. I hope that grows into something good because it's everything I ever wanted for this platform. Okay, here we go. And here he is. Here's James Reed again. Okay, I understand y'all make great points. Thanks for breaking that down for me. I appreciate it. And we appreciate you, James. That's why we are here, is to try to break down as much as we can and provide a platform that's better for the industry. I mean, is there anything you guys think that we need to touch on before we end it? Because we're hitting our hour mark.
I think what's going on right now is better. A lot of people don't think that it's good for the small guy, but I think this is better for the small guy because this is going to put the big guys out. The big guys are the ones that are hurting really bad right now. A lot of people don't agree with that, but I think, you got 2,000 or 10,000 trucks. You're starving right now. All their money is getting evaporated right now because they got trucks sitting at home. You know how many trucks they have parked? Smaller guys, you got 6-10 trucks. It's not hard to find work for 6 to 10 trucks. It's hard to find work for 6,000 trucks.
Well, and it's that rings a lot of true because it's across the board. Hertz is filed bankruptcy. There's people filing bankruptcy. There's people falling off right now. There's big corporations falling off right now.
I don't see the big companies on the road right now. I haven't seen many of them.
Well, I'll say this. I did drive West Coast here a little bit, and I did see May out there, just your usual, but I did see a lot of small carriers.
And what was this, Phillip? I seen you posted something today, or maybe you sent it to me. I don't remember what it was, but it was about intermodal, and they're shutting down. One of the railways is shutting down their intermodal.
Yeah, that's what I talked about earlier today. That's all your fresh and frozen going east and west on intermodal. I mean,
that's what it was.
That's going to be very big for the refrigerated sector. I mean, I really think that lane that opens at California, the Salina, yes, and Texas and Florida. I mean, that's going to open that lane up, and I mean, hopefully they do well with that. I hope because I think the reefer guys really need it right now. They've been really hurting from the guys that I know, they've been hurting over a year now, really, with rates. Yeah. So it's time for them to go up,
It's time for we get a change for the better. It really is. I just want to see something better for the people, but especially the trucking industry, because it's the most important thing to us, because we're all tied to it. We're all one degree separated from a truck.
Yeah, our message is not bad. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody to misconstrue our message. It's not bad at all. It's a direct message. It's so people can understand, that if the plane goes down, there is a parachute. You can put it on and get out. You could still live. Don't, just because the plane's going down doesn't mean you got to go down with it. So, be prepared. Knowledge is what helps you get through bad times, is knowledge. So don't be scared of knowledge. And everybody that's with me in this group, these guys are extremely knowledgeable. So when they say something, it's right on. I mean, these guys really are good at what they do. I know these three gentlemen, and they really are good at what they do. I mean, so don't read into it. Understand what they're saying, and you'll be in the top. Because these guys are already there. They're in the top.
It's important that we hold on to the professionals and the ones that are surviving, and support the ones that need the support. I know the Washington people. I know they're trying to. They got good motives. They do. They really do. And I like I said, I hope it does. But people need to stick together in this industry that want to learn in this industry, and you need to stick together with the right people of this industry. Because man, it is full of people that will sell you a line of crap. It's hard for me to trust drivers anymore. I know you guys can relate because you guys own companies. I know it's hard to trust drivers, period. What the hell is that?
Well, one thing I'll say is if you come to us and you say, I want to get a truck, what do I do? And we tell you, if you get a truck, put $20,000, $30,000 in a checking account, right? So you have a maintenance, and don't go ahead and on $5,000 and buy a truck and call us 6 months from now and tell us you're out of business. So if we give you the advice, please take the advice, because everybody knows what you need to survive out here. So if someone tells you you need a large amount in the checking account, you need a large amount in the checking account. It's not made up. We didn't just come up with this out of thin air.
No.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. You need capital to succeed in any industry right now. It's just the way
Right.
the way it works. You really need capital. You need to know what you're getting into, and you need to know, and you also need the funding to get into what you're doing. What up, Gary Jones? I see you. But look, I mean, Taylor Barker says, Rob, that's what he looks like without. Now he knows what he looks like without a hat on. Sorry. All right, let's see. Taylor Barker says the Loves here in Memphis, Indiana, is full of vans right now. Few mega carriers, mostly small fleet trucks. Yeah.
I can tell you, when I leave home here, when I leave my little place to go down to the shop, from what I see on the interstate, it's not a lot of big megas. It's small companies. It's not the big megas. I don't see a lot of them out.
Well, I hope something's good coming from this, because something will. We just got to find the good in this, I guess. We really do. I that I got you guys, and that I cannot thank you enough for being here every Sunday night. I really can't, because like Phillip, it meant a lot to me what you said the other day to me, that you have something special, Wayne. And it's not me that has it. It's we have it. We do, just like they feel they have something special in Washington, and they do have something special in Washington. This guy here, Stephen Orem, take catch. I don't want to murder your last name. He says, I'm on Constitution app right now. Want to see what's happening here? Yes, I do. We can book you. I can send you a link tomorrow morning if you want to go, because you guys are ahead a few hours. I'm behind. I'm 6 a.m. We can do that first thing in the morning. Stephen, is it Stephanie? Is it Stephen? I don't know. I can't really see without my glasses. I think it's Stephanie. It says Stephanie. It's not Stephen. Sorry, Stephanie. My bad, Stephanie. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I can't thank you enough for showing up every night. I hope that we brought a good quality show tonight. I get stressed out and I get nervous and I get upset and I want to be successful. And I just got to remember to hold on to you guys. And thank you everybody on that wall up there. These are trucking companies. Piece your belt, I'll take care of that. These are trucking companies. And well, Jones is a painter, but they're all small fleet owners, and they're all small businesses, just like each and every one of you guys here.
I see your profile picture is the same as what I got over here.
Yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, look at that. There's Stephanie, 10-4 on DC. She has. Do you know that person, Rob?
What's that?
You know this person, Stephanie?
I don't know. I might.
You probably do. So I don't know. Is there anything we need to touch on before I let you guys go? You guys want to say anything? Anything? Promote anything? Anything coming? Rob, call Renee Anderson so I can confirm that tomorrow on air.
We talked on Friday. She said she was going to stay where she's at till Monday, and then I was going to talk to her on Monday.
Okay.
She wasn't feeling good.
Okay, good. Because well, I'll have you on then, Renee. We'll get it. We'll get that cracking. I want to thank you guys. I cannot thank you enough, Phillip. What's your schedule looking like? What are you looking like? What's flatbed looking like right now? How you doing?
I picked up pretty big. I used a couple of brokers that I know that called me up specifically, and I mean I've been running pretty hard this week, so I'm down in Florida right now, so I'll be deadheading out of here. I don't pull loads out of here, but I'll be moving north and then picking up next week. So I think the rate, the job counts are moving up, and I think that the rates have come up a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's enough for me to be able to give them bids. I'm getting some calls this week where prior to that I didn't get any calls posted. I always post the truck. That's how I do it. And so I've been getting some calls. Brokers that I know have been calling me, so they see me. So I think it's not where it was at, of course, but it's definitely better than it's been for the last 30 days. I can tell you that, and on my sector, on the flatbed side.
Thank you for that. That's why I have it. I love it.
Leland's in Wildwood there.
Break that down. Don't get all excited over Chrome over there, John. Stop it. Look, Wildwood. I see Wildwood.
Hey, that's one of my favorite places in the world.
Thank you, Phillip. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, I can't thank you enough for how much you care about your industry. You do. You really do. You freaking do. And thank you for that. You're a very, very well-rounded guy in this industry. Yes, Leland Schmidt is at Wildwood. He is in Wildwood. So
Well, tell him I'm at the Chrome shop. So if he wants to meet me, let me know because I'll meet him.
You're there?
Yeah, I'm at the Chrome shop in Wildwood.
All right, Leland, are you at the Chrome shop? Make a comment before I end the show. We'll make sure a comment because Leland's big on regulations. You guys may have a good talk. So, Leland, go ahead. I'll wait for your comment. You want to see what's really going on in DC? I do, Stephanie. So, remember, I told you I could send you a link. Go ahead and send me a message on the driver's side, and we can set that up. I'm more than willing to. That's not a problem. I would love to see it. Last time, Taylor Barker says, last time I was in Wildwood, my truck broke down. Cost me $1,000 in Chrome to fix it.
Hey, pictures or it didn't happen. Pictures or it didn't happen. That's how I look at it.
All right, so this is what the driver's side, and this is why I have the driver's side. I love it. This is why we have the driver's side.
Well,
Phillip,
if he's in
you.
Wildwood at the Chrome shop, he better go inside and buy a calendar.
Right, you better go inside and buy a calendar. Yeah, all right. There's a
They're
few
closed.
of my friends on. Well, when
They'll
they
be open in the
open,
morning.
go back in the morning.
All right, hold on. Let me put my mask on. All right, I'll go in there and get you a calendar.
Don't look. Don't.
No, I got one. It's on the wall.
Look, don't even go there. I was forced to wear a mask yesterday, so I went over to CVS, and I mean, they sold our face cover, and I mean, it wasn't even paper thin. I could see right through the silhouette through it, and I should have just put my shirt over my face to go in there. I was so pissed off. I mean, I couldn't handle that. So, Leland Schmidt. Leland Schmidt is at the TA. So Leland, go ahead and go over and meet Phil. He's a good dude. You guys talk. Leland Schmidt and his wife are good people. Lisa, they're good people. Taylor Barker says, thank you, drivers. Ethan says, pick him up a calendar. Leland's walking over. Wayne, you coming to DC? I don't know. I mean, you guys are doing it, making it's looking like I might have to. I don't know if I can fit it in my budget because, well, I'm surviving. We as a family are surviving off my wife's 401k. Somebody's been saying we've been living off it. No, we're surviving off it like a lot of people are doing in America. We're surviving right now. We're not just getting by. We're actually just surviving. You know, I'm new at this, so I don't make a lot of money at this. Let's not even go there, please. And pick up Ethan a calendar. All right. So good. Blah blah blah.
Hey Rob, I shared an article.
What's that?
I shared something tonight on my Facebook about a nurse that was talking about the masks. It's pretty interesting because I'm one that I really don't care to wear one.
Oh, they're bad for you.
Huh?
They're bad for you.
Yeah.
I am really at a loss with those masks. I really am. I don't want to. I just. They forced me. I wanted to buy a pair of shoes, and I guess they're going to force everybody, I guess, to go to online that don't want to wear a mask.
Hey, but I got plenty of this.
Oh, geez. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. And Uber sent that to you, right?
Oh, 5 cases of it.
Why did Uber send you 5 cases of that?
I don't know. They keep on every day. I get a case in the mail.
Uber likes you, Rob.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, a lot of people like Showtime. I know a few of my viewers do. So we won't get into all that, but I just want to say thank you guys. We're done here. We're going to wrap this up, guys. I'm going to go ahead and thank you. And Phillip, I'll call you tomorrow. And John, I'll call you in an hour. I'll call you all later. I love each and every one of you for what you do and how you do it. Thank you so much for coming by, dropping in. I will see you guys next Sunday. And I am done for the evening. Remember, I will be back at 6 a.m. It is my turnaround, so I'm going to take my butt to bed, and then I'm going to come back and come right back to be with you guys. And look, if you're into Wildwood, make sure to pick up a calendar. Chrome Shop 75's got it going on. I know that. And remember, guys, you are the heartbeat of America. You should be treated like the heartbeat of America. So always keep your shiny side up, rubber side down, and to make money in the trucking industry, keep that left door closed. Good night, everybody.